Hi, it's Raina. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm continuing on with the Danqing season quests, and I'm working on the worldly encounters. But the next one I'm on is a scroll of fleeting life. So let's get started. All right. I will track that. Hopefully find it easy enough. I just heard someone talking about building a barbecue pagoda and writing a poem. Sounds like things are getting pretty lively. You came back at just the right time. Everyone's so happy to see you. We were just talking about throwing you a welcome feast. Mo Yu suggested building a pagoda out of barbecue for you, but Ms. Mo thinks composing a poem would be a more elegant choice. Hey, you should all be listening to me. Who was the first to spill the beans that Artist Cat is actually Artist Nikki? That was me. If anyone's got the closest bond with Artist Nikki, it's me. Just leave the welcome feast to me. I'll make it sure it's grand and totally unforgettable. I truly appreciate everyone's kindness, but there's no need to go overboard. We're all friends. Just a simple welcome back means the world to me. But why does she keep doing that? In fact, I should be the one thanking all of you. These past years haven't been easy. Miss Mo Dao, over the years, it's thanks to your careful planning that everything on Lone Peak has stayed so well organized. Mozu, your tea always has that special touch. No matter what snacks go with it, the taste always stands out. Ms. Mo, thank you for recording all the past stories, preserving the precious history of the land. Mo Yan, thank you for keeping the mountain paths clean day by day, making Long Peak fresh all year round. And Mo Yu, as the most experienced senior, I'm sure over the years you've brought plenty of joy and laughter to everyone in your own way. Artist Nikki, this is just what we ought to do, but hearing you say that feels like a warm candlelight lighting up our hearts. Oh, Nikki, don't worry about us. We've never thought of it as hard work. That's right, I take pride in keeping every account accurate to the last detail. When the art supplies and food and storage all add up just right, it gives me a real peace of mind. Brewing tea, baking barbecue, seeing everyone is so satisfied makes me really, really happy. As for me, it's always been my life's calling to record the stories of the world and trace the flow of fate. I'm so glad to hear that. As fate begins and flows on, everyone finds where they belong. Knowing we'll gather here often again, sharing stories and laughter like before, truly puts my heart at ease. In that case, I'd better go dig up some great new stories. Gotta keep Lone Peak filled with laughter every day. I'm off to check the storeroom. Let's see if we can stock up on more barbecue ingredients for the next time. I'll get the finest charcoal and fresh spring water, and keep practicing, so next time we chat, everyone can enjoy a nice cup of tea. A day this meaningful deserves to be captured in painting. I'll fetch my brush and ink right away. Okay, a scroll of fleeting life has just started. Oh, Yan, do you have something you want to say to me? Artist Nikki, there is something I need to mention. Do you remember when we met on the peak before and I told you about an important painting that was lost? Of course, the content of that painting was very much like my life back in Inkville. It was a set of sequential paintings on a scroll that you treasure deeply. Since I took over its care, I have cleaned and inspected it daily without fail. About 20 years ago, I took the painting out as usual and placed it in the pavilion by Lone Pagoda to dry in the sun and shake off the dampness. But unexpectedly, a sudden downpour began. When I rushed back, the painting was nowhere to be found in its place. It wasn't just soaked by the rain. The entire painting had vanished without a trace. Exactly, so it vanished into thin air. I failed to protect such an important painting, and that's entirely my fault. It's not your fault. You couldn't have predicted the weather. As for the painting vanishing in the rain, I have some thoughts about what might have happened. Nikki, are you thinking about the villagers vanishing after being caught in the rain? It does sound strangely similar to what happened with this painting. I wonder if those two events are connected. Moyun, when this happened over 20 years ago, was the cycle of the ink pool already sealed? I'm not sure of the exact date it was sealed. I just remember that Miss Bai already had her eyes tied with a red ribbon on that day. Her eyes are connected to the ink pool. Since she could no longer see, it means the ink pool cycle was indeed sealed. So my guess was right. Moyun, maybe the painting didn't truly disappear. Maybe that unusual rain carried it somewhere else. Wait here and rest assured. I'll head to the Danqing Danqing realm with Momo and check around by the pavilion by Lone Pagoda. Maybe we'll find some clues. All right, Artist Nikki, please be careful. I'll wait for you here. Alright, so we need to go here by the ink pool. Let's teleport to using the ink realm scroll near Inkville. Alright, let me turn around. So many cats. There's a painting hanging above the eaves. Could it be the same one Moyun mentioned? Painting seems to be linked with scrolls. There, right here. Moyun, I found this. Take a look. Could this be the painting you've been looking for? The brushwork, the ink, the content. That woman dressed as an artist picking up a child by the shore, teaching and guiding them until the child could dot the eye with the brush. Not a single stroke out of place. This is definitely the one. After all the twists and turns, it's still you who retrieved it. I'm truly sorry for the trouble. If you feel that way, then from now on, you can take even better care of it. How does that sound? Perfect. I'll find the finest wooden box, wrap it in the softest silk, and make sure to never let you down again, Artist Nikki. So Moyun bowed to Nikki once more and laughed. That's odd. Nikki, the child in the painting from being found an apprentice to becoming an eye-dotting artist, that's your story, isn't it? But the painting was created when you were still Artist Cat. Could it be that you already knew what was going to happen? I believe it wasn't a prediction of the future, but rather a wish from my heart at that time. A wish. The more I hear it, the more confused I get. The me once witnessed Maryland's collapse, mountains shattered, rivers torn apart, loved ones scattered, and everything cherished turned to dust. That's why I couldn't bear it in my heart. Using the remnants of mountains and rivers, along with the ink salt, I painted this world. Slowly it came to life. Lush trees grew, people thrived, and it became more and more like the world I once knew. Back then, that me must have been full of longing, hoping to have a home to return to, someone to be with, and things to look forward to once more. But at that time, my days were few, so I could only pour my unspoken wishes into painting, using it as a way to hold on to hope. But didn't you expect how wonderfully fate would weave its threads through the world? Yes, and when you sealed the cycle, it seemed like a hopeless situation. But it also triggered that strange rain. Ironically, that is the very rain that carried the painting into Danqing realm, where it merged with the rules of this world. And so the unfinished dream found its echo in the world. By the stream in Inkville, a naive child named Nikki came into being. Back then, that me had no ink soul, just a figure sketched on paper, living only by the story written on the scroll. When the story ended, the life of artist Nikki might have been meant to end as well. Oh, so that's why everyone said you were oh so quiet back then. Now it makes so much sense. Yes, but luckily because the threads of Yin Yun have continued through 1,000 years, the painted world became a real one. That's how the Sea of Stars was able to capture it, and how we got the chance to come here. Wow, this truly is a most extraordinary part of our journey across Wishfield. Yes, here I've traced back the past, mended my unfulfilled wishes, and become artist Nikki. I can feel worry and joy, choose who to walk alongside, and follow my heart to protect my world. Yin Yun is truly wonderful. Yes, perhaps that's exactly why I chose Yin Yun as the bond to sustain the flow of this world from the very beginning. Encounters, bonds, friendships between people can create countless miracles. On a small boat of Yin Yun, countless souls drift across boundless ink-colored river, returning home. Scroll of Fleeting Life, random quest complete. Alright, pretty mountains over there, huh? Well, I hope you enjoyed the quest. It does explain a little bit more about artist Nikki versus our Nikki, and so any explanation of that is good, as it is a little confusing to me, but I am enjoying it as a story. If anything in the video helped you or you just enjoyed it, please leave it a like. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you're having an awesome day.